Module 4, Group 4, Lesson 3, Specific Training Objectives and Training Staff. Training objectives. No matter the career field, many employers may at some point offer specialized training program. Training objectives help keep the focus of training program and help employees understand their values. In this article, we'll explore the training objectives or how to create an effective objectives with example to guide you the next time you are responsible for managing your workplace. Training development. What are training objectives? Training objectives are similar to goals or desired outcomes that provide values to employees that participate in the program. Many training objectives in the workplace focus on outcomes such as improve or mastered technical skills, an earned credential, or another professional application that will relate directly to advancement of overall development of their career. Additionally, training objectives are essential component for new employee onboarding procedure, and they can vary between industries and organizations. So, ang training objectives is dapat gid ko na mabalaan sa mga employees. Kaya muna ang ginatudlo sa ila. What are the purpose of training objectives? Creating meaningful, relatable, and effective training objectives is important for overall success of employees who participate. Several reasons to give added attention to your training objectives include the following: give purpose to the course or program and lead the training design process. Allow employees to understand what they need to succeed. Set goals for trainees to achieve in step towards larger outcomes such as mastering technical skills. Support business goals through the completion of training objectives. Provide trainers that clear method of measuring trains progress through the program. So ang purpose kuno sang training objective is muna muna ang ginasunod sang mga employees para maging success sila. And may man program about sa training objectives nga dira ginatudloan ang mga employees para ma-master nila ilang skills. How create training objectives? Creating effective and meaningful training objectives essentially consists of several important steps. The following step can help you formulate your training objectives and create motivational, productive training program. So number 1, determine the desired outcomes. One of the most important aspects of creating effective objectives training and development is to understand what do you want trains to be able to once they complete the training. The outcomes you want to achieve will ultimately be guide for writing actual objectives. The first step answer the question, what do you expect trains to learn during the course of program? So dira naman ang dapat gid ko na mabalaan sa mga employee ang ginatudlo sa ila or ginatrains. Number 2, align the procedures to lead to outcomes. Once you have determined what you aspect trains to be able to do as a result training program, you can start developing the process you will use support learner and help trains progress toward outcomes you outlined in step 1. For instance, if you want trains to learn how technical skills working with software program, you brainstorm approach you will take to help trains learn these skills. This process will ultimately drive the training towards the outcome you want to achieve. So, kung gusto mo kuno maging isa ka mayad nga employee, need mo kuno ang training para maging mayad kipagid or madugangan nimo skills. Number 3, identify challenge to learning as you online activities and procedure that align with desired outcomes. It's important to identify any obstacle that might present themselves as immediate impediments to trains learner throughout the program. For example, what diverse team staff members it may difficult to create activities and learner procedure and count for everyone unique style of learner. In this case, you might be overcome this challenge by taking a survey to see what kinds of method your team member learn best with. This may you can set achievable objectives for trains. So dire naman pwede mo kuno ma-survey imo mga team kung ano nga team sila. If kung imo members for okay na ilang training nga nabalaan or hindi pa. Or kailangan pa matudloan sila or okay na. So number 4, connect objectives to business goals. Once you have your desired outcomes, progress the strategies for overcoming learning challenge, you can start writing your objectives company with to reach several questions to ask that help connect your training objectives. Company objectives include how will this new skills, knowledge, or outcome help team contribute to the company mission, how to desired outcomes contribute the company values, how will trains development benefits overall product performance and the achievement of the growth of the company growth and revenues goals. So diri naman ginatanaw nila imo nga performance kag kung ano na imo na achieve, kung okay ka bala sa company or hindi. Lesson 4, psychological principles of learning to improve safety training. Employers are continually looking for better way to train employees on safety standard in workplace. Safety training is vital for good of company as well as the individual employees, but often dreaded part of job managing as an vested interest getting participant to be engaged actively retain the information provided. By implementing the following 7 principles of psychology, you can help improve educational practices for training your employees movement and learning over and over. The evidence has shown the passive Seth and Gift does not favor for human brain, Dulcort and Slavin. Often education comes down to placing employees in a room and teaching them through lecture in order to improve safety training important. Recognize the innate link between mind and body by allowing participant in training group to be active during the instructional period and learn by active participation rather than passive lecture. You will likely retain greater amount of focused attention and improve your result. At the very least, safety training session should include break between short segment to allow participants to get up, move around, allowing their minds to relax and their pent up energy to wane. So sa psychological principle of learning to improve safety training is need mo ko na mag-attend sa ilang mga ilang mga ginatudlo para kuno inang ma-improve pagid imong mga skills bilang isa ka nga employee. Emotional states another aspect to recognize the presence of emotional link to mental state. Cognitive neuroscience of emotion, Lane and Nadel. These emotions may negative step from precursive bias of boredom and hinder learning process. For attendant and important to understand the play of emotion and work to combat them positive feelings such as displaying passion for technique or rules present improve proving natural attention span by working with participant a way she can appreciate clear, concise, etc. Evoke necessary empathy, support or fair present meaning, purpose and personal values associated with skill perform proper allow participant to enjoy the learner process of facilitating a positive atmosphere for learning. You will break down the natural barriers set up negative emotional in your participant. These barriers may not always be apparent, but educators should be aware they're very like existed among those attendants.